For this clip, I found it really difficult to film because of the small space that we had to use to film this scene. I had to squeeze into the corner to make sure I could get their faces in. And even when doing that, I still cut off their heads.
We also found that knocking into objects, such as the door behind us, closing the door as well actually, and trying to pan the shot in order for it to work, quite difficult.
For this clip, we thought it would be good to film the inside from the outside with the door open, but then we realised the light coming in from the outside would have made bad continuity.
So it didn't quite match with the other clips. But then we also realised that, well, not realised, but I accidentally kept banging into the door because it was in the way as well.
Yeah, and when filming you could see, because it was Christmas, you could see the wreath hanging outside the door, so...
I really liked this shot. It was like almost a dolly shot, so when I opened the door I had to pause and momentarily sort of freeze while Shannon had to run around the car and get in the other side, which was quite eventful, but you can actually see me freeze, and I think that's a little bit of an error we got going on there.
So for this one, for the conversation, we had to keep recording it because the background noises, lots of people walking or cars driving past.
We also found that our conversation was a little bit too brief, and we sort of kicked off the conversation a little bit too quickly, so it was quite difficult to edit, as it was, it just jumped straight in. So yeah, we found that quite an issue.
Especially with editing. For this idea, we decided to change from filming in the back of the car to the front to opening one of the windows and filming through the window to be able to get Zoe's and Bradley's face in, so then we could incorporate the 180-degree rule.
Also, we realised after by rewatching all the videos that we forgot to put our seatbelts on before we drove off.
That was a massive continuity error.
We also quite liked the pan as Zoe got out the car.
For this clip, when filming it, we thought it would be a good idea to put in the video, as it obviously shows her running back for the phone, but then we realised there wasn't much point to it, as we could have just cut the shot from her leaving the car and then getting back in the car. We also wouldn't have been able to use the shot anyway, as Zoe forgot to lock the door, so she had to run back for it.
Also, when entering the shot, she didn't unlock the door when she went in, so that was also another huge continuity issue that we had to deal with.
For this clip, we thought it would be good to get a
outside view of the car. So Shannon took this clip, and obviously it didn't quite work because we had a little background noise.
Yeah, and the lighting wasn't very good for this.
Yeah, so because the sun was kind of pointing the wrong way.
Yeah, so we couldn't see Zoe very well.
This clip, we found a few difficulties legally where we had to get someone else or a parent to jump in for us to drive the car, because obviously being our ages we weren't allowed to. So that was quite difficult in order to coordinate times with certain people in order to film the car being driven away, which was another continuity issue.